Hello and welcome to our brand new Active TV, bringing you on-demand workouts you can do anytime at home. My name's Cheryl and I'm a fitness instructor here at Active. I hope you're fit, well and all safe and well at home. Tonight's workout is going to be, or today's workout even, depends on what time of day you're doing it because it is on demand, is going to be Yogalates, a class I normally teach a couple of times a week for your active leisure. We're going to do strength and balance session this evening. If you've got any injuries, I will give options. If you're pregnant, there will be options. If you are returning to exercise, you may want to consult your GP and take any medical advice before proceeding. So let's get started, guys. We're going to take a nice big reach up towards the sky and just fold forward. We're going to get nice and warm. Just exhale as you fold and inhale as you reach. You might want to let your head and your neck relax and just start to slow everything down. Exhale as you fold and inhale as you reach. If you want to, you can always come up onto the balls of your feet just to reach a little bit higher. But if staying grounded is what you prefer, please stay with that option today. We're going to do a couple more here, and we're going to reach a little bit higher and step wide. Nice big circle to your right and then to your left. Just let the breath start to come into the body and leave the body. So as you reach, just let one leg fall heavy and the other leg fall light. Just start to shift the weight from side to side. If you want to, guys, you can start to sink a little bit lower and reach a little bit further. But we only let our body go to the point that feels right for us today. Guys, during the workout today, we're not going to push our bodies any further than it wants to go. And we're just going to listen to what our body needs. So inhale and then exhale. Got a couple more here. I'm going to come into arm circles. Big reach up. Left to right. So inhale and just start to reach a little bit higher. If you can, just bend your knees a little bit more and start to sink into the workout. You should start to feel your legs just getting a little bit warmer. And your breath and your breathing just slows down. If you want to, you can follow your hands with your eye gaze as you circle. Just start to warm your head and your neck. And guys, we've got a couple more here. One more big reach. Step your feet back together. Reach all the way up to the sky and fold. Lift your heels if you want. Keep them grounded. Just do what's right for you. You can take a little heel lift. So just a couple of inches. Or an even bigger reach if you feel that's right. One more here. And step your feet back out wide to your arm circles. This time, see if you can reach the corners of your room. So if you've got a window, see if you can open it. If you've got a light switch, see if you can switch it off. Big reach. Can you think about sinking a little bit lower into the move? And again, following your hands with your eye gaze. You've got two more here, and then we're going to go back to our big circles. You're going to reach up and over. Can you imagine that you're drawing with a big crayon, nice big colourful rainbows as you reach your hands up and over. You should be really starting to feel a little bit warmer now, guys. And we're going to be coming into some sun salutations. So two more big reaches. You've got one more, and we're going to step our feet together. Guys, take a big reach up to the sky. Nice big deep breath. If you can, bring your feet as close together as they will go. If it's more comfortable in all pregnancies, please just take your feet a little bit wider. Feet underneath the hips, take a nice big deep breath in, roll yourself forward into a forward fold. I'm going to show this sideways on. So fingertips to floor. Don't worry if you can't reach the floor. Bend your knees and then take a long step back into a lunge. Front knee is over ankle, chest is lifting. Step back into a downward facing dog and even the weight through the hands. Brace your belly and take a big deep breath in, roll through. If you're pregnant, knees down and hold the move here, please. Everybody else, knees to floor, elbows in. Pull the shoulders back and down, elbows into ribcage, baby cobra. If you're pregnant, your option is to stay on your knees. Take a big deep breath in, inhale, and then exhale. So you can come into angry cat and happy cat. Non-pregnancies, elbows in, just lift the chest a second, baby cobra, eye gaze down. Tuck the toes, push the tailbone back, and bend the knees into crouch. Step your right foot through your hands, chest is lifting, step the opposite foot through, feet together, and lift all the way up high to the sky. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite leg this time. So roll forward, big deep breath in, fingertips to floor, step your left foot back, longer lunge if you can, and check that your front knee is directly over your front ankle. Step back down into downward facing dog. Even the weight through the hands, heels to the floor. If you can, push your hamstrings a little bit closer to the back wall. Take a big deep breath as you roll through. Chin over fingertips, eye gaze down. Knees, or if you want to, you can stay up on your toes. Pregnancies, you've been given the options. Exhale, roll down, elbows into ribs, baby cobra. Take a nice big deep breath in, tuck the toes, push the tailbone back, bend your knees, and see if you can take a bigger step forward this time. Through the hands, step the feet together and lift all the way up to the sky. We've got one more round, team, on each side. So let's fold forward, exhale down. This time, if you want to, you can either step or jump back. You choose your option. Long lunge, opposite foot through to join. Take a big deep breath, push through the hands and roll through. Now this time, team, you can stay up on your toes, or if it's better, down on the knees. Exhale and roll through. Flatten the feet to the floor, and if you want a little more this time, full up dog. Squeeze the glutes, protect the lower back. Tuck the toes, team, push yourself back, bend the knees and step the right foot through the hands. Bring the other foot forward and fold. Exhale, big deep breath in and reach all the way up for the skyline. If you can, take a little baby back bend, squeeze the glutes, pull the shoulder blades back and down. Exhale, fold yourself forward. You've got one more round. Chest to thighs, step your left leg back this time. If you want to, you can take the option of the jump. Step back, downward facing dog. Roll through. Exhale. Big bracing breath as you drop down into plank and then full up dog. If you need to, take the options, push back, downward facing dog, heels towards floor. If you can get them all the way to the floor, please take that option. Bend the knees, left leg through hands, and step through. Reach all the way up. As you reach the top, team, baby back bend. And we're just going to bring our hands to the small of our back and open up through the chest. Open up through the chest, open up through the heart space. Big deep breath. Reach all the way up to the sky. Take a nice big reach and step your hands back to the small of your back. Lift up and see this time if you use your breath. Inhale. And as you exhale, just try and open up through that heart space. Feel a nice opening around the heart center and reach yourself all the way up. We're going to come into some standing strength now that our legs and our body should be feeling a little bit warmer. So I'm going to give you guys some options. Step your feet really wide. So if you were to put your hands out, your feet would be wide or wider than your hands. So the wider the feet, the easier it becomes. Cut a corner with your left foot and turn out your right toe. So that your front knee stacks over your front ankle. Turn your headlights and your hips to face the front and brace your belly really tight. This will set you up into a lovely warrior two. So we're going to focus on getting ourselves set up, shoulders in line, knee over ankle, and hands in line with shoulders. If you can, and you can really start to feel it in your legs, just take a deep breath and exhale and push down a little further into your warrior two. If you'd like a little more today, you can reach your hands all the way up to the sky, lace your fingers and press your palms up. If that isn't for you, you can keep them out wide, or you can just rest them on your hips. So we're going to come into a bit of a warrior flow sequence. Hands, press them high if you want it. We're going to reach to the side, take a big deep breath, push your hands towards the wall. If this isn't for you today, hand on thigh and just reach the top arm as far as you can. Take a nice big deep breath. Then as you exhale, try and reach longer. Inhale, lift up tall, either hands lacing and pressing and come up, release. What we do on one side, we always have to do on the other. So we're going to focus on turning out the opposite foot, knee over ankle. Headlights and hips are square. Option is here, shoulders back and down. I want you to focus on pressing the weight through all 4 points of your feet. So imagine you've got a square underneath your feet and you're pressing down on all 4 corners. Take a nice big deep breath, lace if you want, and exhale and fold a little lower. If this isn't for you, stay here. And we're going to flow towards the opposite side. Big reach, up and over, or you can keep your fingers lacing. As you reach, try and pull up through the inner thighs, and that will help to strengthen the inside of your legs. So take a big bracing breath and just reach a little further. Exhale and roll up, bringing your feet in. We've done that once. We are going to come back to it again. We're going to reach our hands up high and stretch out. We're going to come into a lunge sequence, guys. So step your right foot back long. If you want to, you can keep your hands lifted or just rest them on your hips. Sink your back knee down and your front knee out. So the longer the stride, the more stable you will be in your stance. So think about trying to step that back heel way back. Lace your fingers and reach all the way up to the sky. Brace your belly really tightly. And then as you breathe in, let the breath go and just sink into your lunge. If this gets too much at any time, you can come up, you can take it a little lower or a little higher, whatever is right for you. Big reach up. Bring your hands in, step forward. One leg, we've got 2, right? So we're going to do exactly the same on the opposite side. Big reach up. This time the left leg steps back. If you can, a longer lunge. That will help you to really get low in the legs. Reach up. Push your hands away, thinking about keeping your shoulders stacking on top of your hips. Nice big deep breath. Step your feet forward and reach up. Remember our warriors? Let's step back into them. Take your feet really wide. Front knee out. Back foot long. This time, see if you can anchor the side of the foot to the mat. Reach up, and this time, see how you feel now that your legs are a little lower. Take a big deep breath and see if you can sink down. Keeping that front knee stacked above the ankle. Hands high or straight out and reach. Team, as we start to fatigue, sometimes our knee can drop in, so take a little look that it still remains on top of the ankle. Nice strong posture. Take your hand and wrap around the lower back. For some of you, you may be able to reach all the way to the opposite hip. If this isn't for you and you just want to rest your hand on your side, that's absolutely fine today. Take a nice big deep breath in, release and lift. One side, 2 sides. Opposite foot steps out, chest is lifting. Remember that breath. Let's see if we can reach down and just sink a little lower. Hands high or low. Deep breath in and try and just go for it. Just see where your body takes you. Never push the stretch any further than feels right. Only to the point of where you're comfortable. Stay here or come with me. Reach out and lift up. If you can this side, that top rib, just take a big deep breath in. And as you exhale, just try and rotate a little further towards the back so that you can feel the stretch a little bit deeper. Release. Step your feet back and in together. This time with our lunge flow, we're going to add a balance in at the same time. So we're going to reach our hands up into warrior one. Right foot lifts, arms along. Now guys, if you need to, at any time you can tap your toe down and you can just reach your arms forward. That's absolutely cool. If you want a little more, just try and lift the back heel a little bit higher. Front knee, stay stacking over the front ankle, and eye gaze is down for balance. Take a long step back, lift on up, and exhale and drop down into your lunge. Now your legs should be really warm, so if we can, exhale that breath and just bend the knees a little deeper. You should be really feeling on your front thighs and the back of your glutes. Step in, and this time, lift the knee up in front. Shoulders are back and down. Now if you need to, tap your toe down. You can keep it there. You can play around, lift 1 inch, lift 2 inch, lift 3 inch, yeah? So feel what the move is like for you and take what you need. Take a long deep breath in and just try and lift a little higher, taking the hands towards the sky. Step your feet together, one side, two sides. That's our deal today. What we do on one, we always do on the other. Take a long stride back, big toe lifts. If you can, think about squaring your chest and your hips towards the floor. Eye gaze and breath. So if you slow your breath down, it will help you to balance and move more effectively. So the slower you take the move, the more likely you are to be able to hold it. Take a big deep breath in, lift up tall. You can bring your hands down if you wish. This time, can we try and get our back knee that 1 inch closer to the floor as we drop? Both hips are square to the front. And our cores, they stay super tight. And relax down into it. As we step, team, try and take one, oh, can I do it? No, I can't. One flow into the knee lift. Remember, guys, you've got that option. Toe can come down. Hands can reach tall. We just do what is right for us. Try and steady your eye gaze on that one spot. Not the dog, because you'll fall over, because he'll be moving. Lift a little higher. And just reach a little bit taller. Try not to scrunch your toes on the standing foot. Just relax the foot and breathe into the move. Step your feet down. I think we've earned a little leg shake. So give your bodies a little shake and we're coming to some standing strength for our balance. Team, you've got some options here. You can either rest the toe to the floor and the heel to the side of the calf, the foot on the inside of the calf, or if you're a little more flexible, you can tuck your foot up into the inside of your thigh. But that foot needs to be either above or below your knee joint, never resting directly on, okay? Because we don't want to put any extra pressure on our joints. I prefer to sit with my foot onto the inside of my calves, but I know there's some of you more flexible people out there that'll be able to tuck your foot to the inside of your thighs. From here, we're going to think about pushing our knee towards the back wall, but keeping our hips square. Let's take a nice big deep breath in, reach all the way up to the sky, into a nice tree pose. So we reach our fingertips tall, and if we can, pull your elbows back past your ears. Your option here is to bring your hands to your heart center. Push your elbows out and just breathe into the move. If you'd like a little more, we're going to extend the balance. You can either hook your hand underneath the inside of the fly, using the opposite arm to counterbalance. If you want a little bit more, you can extend the foot out and away. If you need to, you tap down, you come back in, and you reset your move. For me today, I'm just going to hold my pose, my hand underneath my thigh. If you're feeling a bit more flexible, point the toe out and away. If you don't want this, you can rest the toe to the floor and just focus on maybe lifting your toe off and on 1 inch at a time. Just a few more seconds of our balance, team. Again, it's 2 for the price of 1. 1 leg, we do 2, okay? So hold that balance, just a few more seconds, and we step in. 2 legs, right? Always 2 legs. Low, high, or inside of thigh. Tuck your feet to the inside the calf muscle, remember above or below that knee joint, and reach all the way up. Let's focus on our breath here. So if we slow our breath down, it can often make our balance a little bit easier. Take a nice big deep breath in, and as you exhale, hands come back. Nice big deep breath in. As you exhale, just push the knee a little closer towards the back wall. Just focus your breath and your breathing and just slow everything down. Slowly bring your hands to your heart center. Try and push the elbows out and away, and any time we can tap that toe to the floor. Focus your breath, breathing in and out of the move. Option here, hook on the inside of the thigh, leg extends away. Take the opposite arm for counterbalance. Anytime you need, the toe touches down. But if you can, just try and focus on staying upright in the move. So try not to let your body lean one side more than the other. Nice big deep breath in. Can you lift or extend 1 inch further? Nice big deep breath in and hold. Release. Give the legs a little shake. I think we've earned it. We're going to come down into some stretches now. So I promised you some standing strength, promised you some standing balance. Now we need to stretch it out. So bring yourself down and onto your mat. Feet straight out in front. Nice way to get into a hamstring stretch is to lift one butt cheek and then the other butt cheek to leave the backs of the legs a little more open. Your option here is to bend your knee and reach the opposite foot out and away. If this is enough for you today, that's absolutely fine. Lots of us are doing lots of sitting down lately, so if we can't reach a stretch as far as we normally do, that's cool. You can either reach to the bottom of your shin, the toes, or for some of you, you might be able to reach the underside of your foot. If you feel your butt cheeks lifting, then maybe think about bringing the stretch back a little bit. So just reach down. Try and press the opposite knee down to the inside of the ground and keep your chest lifting. As you exhale, just try and dip your chest towards the top of your thigh. Now I know for some of you flexible people out there, you may have your head resting on the front of your foot by now. That's cool, carry on. I'm not quite that flexible, so if that's not you, we don't push that stretch any further than it needs. Take a nice big deep breath in and just exhale and reach a little bit longer into that stretch. At any time, if it feels painful or uncomfortable, you pull the stretch back and you listen to your body. There's no medals for injuries, okay guys? So reach a little longer or a little shorter depending on where you are today. Take a big deep breath in, exhale and step your feet out wide. For some of you, you may be able to do more of a split position here. If you need to be a little bit narrower, please take that option as well. Take a nice big deep breath, reach your hands all the way up to the ceiling. Once you're there, fold yourself forward. Now for some of you, here might be enough, perfectly fine. Some of you, you may be showing off and putting your heads on the floor, perfectly fine. Providing it's comfortable, take the stretch that's right for you. You should feel a stretch down the back of the hamstrings, the back of the legs. If you'd like a little bit more today, you might want to think about rolling your toes out to intensify the stretch a little bit deeper. When you're there, take a big deep breath in. As you exhale, just try and walk the stretch to where you can feel it, okay? So if you're doing this with someone else, their stretches may be a little bit further than yours, but you listen to your own body. Reach away. Try and relax the shoulders down and let your head and your neck relax. Take a nice big deep breath in and see if you can walk an inch further. Again, listen to your body, never to the point of pain. Take a big deep breath in and roll up. What we do on one side, we do on the other. So we're going to tuck the opposite foot in to the side of the thigh. If this is enough for you today and you can feel the stretch, please sit there and stay there. If you'd like a little more, chin, or the underside of your foot. If you feel the back of your leg lifting, or the butt cheeks lift off the mat, remember, maybe take it a little bit smaller, and maybe just think about using your breath to intensify the stretch. Take a nice big deep breath in, and then exhale and just reach a little bit further. So in this stretch, you should feel it down the back of your hamstring, the back of your leg. I can also feel this down the back of my calf muscles as well. And if you want a little more, you can intensify just by lifting the big toes up and pulling them towards your nose. Take a nice big deep breath and just relax down. Let your head and your neck relax and pull your shoulders away from your ears. And lift yourself up. We're just going to take one more stretch, sit in, lift your hands all the way up to the sky, just fold your body forward. Now, I haven't done this stretch for a long time. Normally I could reach the underside of my feet. Tops of my shins is enough for me today. Anyone else? You want to go a bit further? Please take that option, okay? Again, if you pull your big toes back, you might feel an intensifying of the stretch in the back of the legs. But remember, we only take the stretch to the point of where we need it. Nice big deep breath in. And as we exhale away, just walk a little further forward. If we've been sitting down for a fair bit, team, you might find your shoulders are tucking up around your ears. So just think about pulling the shoulder blades into the back pockets and relaxing them back and down. If you can, use your breath. Big deep breath in. And on the exhale breath, just walk a little further forwards. Then lift on up nice and tall. So we stretch the legs, and we're going to stretch the top half of our bodies. So we're going to push back into child's pose. Knees wider than hips, big toes together. Push the butt down towards your heels. Some people might be able to get their heels and their butts together. That's cool. If that's not for you today, then don't take that option. Just go as far as your body will allow. Walk your hands forward, and as you exhale, just bring your chest and then your head towards the mat. If you can and you want to, you might want to release all the way down with your head resting on the mat. Take a nice big deep breath, and as you reach away, just exhale and try and reach a little further. You should feel the stretch across the top of your shoulders and the top of the back and the lower back. If it's painful or uncomfortable, you might just want to bring yourself up and take it a little lower. Any pregnancies, this is the point that you may want to just take it here and stay at this point, okay? So we don't want to overstretch. When you're there, think about your breath and just start to slow everything down. Take a nice big deep breath in, exhale, and just reach a little lower. Feel that stretch across the top of the shoulders and everything really opening up. When you're ready, just walk on up. And I want you to think about threading one arm under the other as if you're threading a needle. This will stretch the top of your shoulders. Again, some of you may be able to reach a little further towards the front, or you may be a little bit less, and that's okay as well. Just relax the shoulders down, turn the head and the chest towards the front, and feel a stretch across the top of your shoulders and your lower back. Nice big deep breath in, release, and take it down to the other side. Again, awareness to breath. On an exhale breath, just try and reach the fingertips a little further. So just imagine you're trying to switch light switches on and off, or the sidewall, or your cup of tea. Just try and reach for that. Release up. One big deep breath, push back into a child's pose. And stay there. And one final stretch to finish tonight, guys. Bring the soles of your feet together into star pose. Option, you can either unravel the knees all the way down to the floor, or if you're like me, not as flexible, that's all right. You just press the stretch into the inside of the knees. Just take a big deep breath in, and as you exhale, just let the knees fall out wide. Keep your chest lifting. And if you want a little more, you can walk your hands around your toes and just fold your head in towards your feet. If you can, head to toes. If you're like me, we take it a little lower. Nice big deep breath in, team. Relax the head, relax the neck, and release off. So thanks very much for joining me, and if you want any more of these awesome workouts, you can check out our website active.wales or go to the App Store and search for Active Sports and Leisure, where you'll find more of these types of workouts. Thank you very much.